Welcome to Siargao. This is our quick low carb trip in this surfing island, surfing capital of the Philippines. So it's a 1 hour plane ride going to Siargao from Cebu. Usually, when I fly, I get the window seat so that I can enjoy the view because the Philippine archipelago, Philippine islands are just the best view. This one is the largest rainbow I ever saw. When we are already nearing Siargao Island, the cloud started to thicken. So we already know that the weather might not be good. This was already around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And true enough, when we arrived, it is really raining in Siargao. Usually we just book a transportation to our hotel, but this time our friend Malin and Gudo were too kind to fetch us. So before heading out, you have to pay for the 20 peso environmental fee for each person right at the gate. Anyway, we dropped by this place to see it before heading to our hotel. It's already getting dark, so after settling down, we decided to go out for dinner. This was our main meal because we were busy the whole day in Cebu for work, and this is our first proper meal. This Korean restaurant is a chain of Korean restaurant here in the Philippines. I first tried it around 7, 8 years ago in Bacolod. They also have a branch in Cebu. It's not a buffet Korean restaurant, but a set meals. But what we just ordered were just the add-on because we didn't order any sides. The sides that they gave were just free. The kamote fries, kimchi, and sprouts. I just ate some of the bean sprout and not touch the others because the kimchi is not the kind that I like. So we ordered everything spicy because it's so cold around this time. It's still raining. So spicy pork, spicy beef, spicy chicken, and spicy noodles. But the noodles, we just got the soup instead, and they were too kind to refill for free. We barely touched the chicken because it tasted sweet. For this meal, it is no more than 10 grams of net carbs each. So by morning, we didn't have early breakfast. We just maximized our time in the morning. Good thing there's good internet connection here. So we were able to do some online work and enjoy the view. So this hotel, this resort is beachfront. However, as much as the breeze is calling, it is quite dangerous to swim here if it's low tide because of the stone and rock formation below. So we just decided to stay for a while, enjoy the view while we still figure out where to go. And when we finally figured out where to go, we got our things, bring everything we can bring since we only have the whole full day to enjoy Siargao. Thank you to our friends for lending us their car for an easy transportation. Before, when I first came here, I remembered going through this road riding a motorbike. It's a rental around 300 peso for 24 hours. And for our first stop, it's the most famous place here in Siargao, in General Luna, Cloud9 surf spot. So those white stuff there are the waves. And since we still have some things to do, but we just wanted to do it in a beautiful place with a nice view. We only ordered cafe latte because this place is mostly vegetarian or vegan, and they sell only very, very pretty smoothie bowls, but are mostly very high carb. So what we ordered is sugar-free, but when we got it, we were so surprised that it tastes so sweet. So when we asked, it has vanilla syrup in it. So I think not everyone is still educated that when we say sugar-free, it's all kinds of sugar. Anyhow, they're so kind to change it into plain coffee with milk. Maximum of about 50 ml of milk will have a net carbs of not more than 3 grams each 50 ml. We paired it with a low carb cheese sticks that we brought all the way from Cebu. So for this breakfast, it's no more than 4 grams of net carbs. It's already almost 12 noon. And since it's not our first time here and we don't feel like surfing in this surf spot, you'll know that it's a surf spot because of these motorcycles with a rack for surfboard. We decided to just go instead and look for real food around 3 in the afternoon. We went to this place where I also tried when I first came here before. I tried to ask for their tuna tataki, but it's not available. So what we had was just fish for me, salmon, cordon bleu for love, and we shared the shrimp and pork belly or liempo. What's good about their cordon bleu is that it doesn't have any breading or wrapping that is high carb because it was wrapped in bacon. So that's good. I ate few broccoli, few cauliflower, and just leave the high carb or caution list vegetables, which include carrots and beans. We also set aside the gravy and the sauce, and we just ate mostly just the proteins and the meat. Since there are incidental carbs, maybe for this meal, it can have around 3 or 4 grams of net carbs. And when we ordered for our drinks, we got plain calamansi shake. So the waitress was surprised to hear that there's no sugar because calamansi is like lemon that can be very sour. But we said yes. And good thing it's also not very sour, it's very light. Maybe no more than 3 to 5 pieces of calamansi in this drink. So, all in all, for this one, it won't go beyond 7 grams of net carbs for each of us. So, we already have 10 grams during dinner, around 4 grams for breakfast, that's already 14, and around 7 grams here, that's already 11. Remember, we ate this around 3 o'clock in the afternoon already. And after eating our first proper meal, we dropped by Pure Gold Siargao, the biggest grocery here, to buy some stuff and went straight away to Coconut Tree View Deck where there's a human drone that will give you this kind of shot. We were surprised that this thing is here. And it was so fun to watch them doing their steps or maneuvers in order to give us that shot. But more than that, we are so happy to see that all the trees, especially coconut trees, are now in full bloom, all fully recovered from Odette. And of course, we cannot leave Siargao even without surfing, but without swimming. But since we are quite tired of the waves, we don't have the brain power to hurdle the current right now. We went to this serene public beach in Malinaw, around 10 to 15 minutes drive away from General Luna, where the surf spot is located. So you can see here the beach is quite powdery. There's no rocks, there's no corals. It's as good as El Nido or Palawan. And the best thing is there's no one here. So we got this beach all to ourselves while we are waiting for our food where we ordered our last major meal for the day. This is a public beach, but nearby there is a hotel and resort with an open area alfresco restaurant. We parked there and changed our clothes there, and since we used their amenities, we decided to eat there as well. This was already around 5:30 in the afternoon, around sunset, which is my favorite time to go swimming because it's no longer very hot. However, the water still has that warmth from the sun during that day. And when we already got tired of swimming and being on the beach, and of course feeling cold already, we decided to get out of the water. we are happy we went here. This is a good spot for swimming, especially if you feel like you're getting older like us, or sometimes not in the mood to do some strenuous activities. And it's just perfect, just in time that our food is now ready. So this is EP Bliss Resort, just along the highway here in Malinaw. It's just on the left side. So we ordered this butter garlic shrimp and plain soda water or tonic water for some refreshment. And for our other meal, we also ordered spicy pork. So their spicy pork is really spicy, but just enough for me. No sauce, and it's not very sweet. So it's in caution list, especially that of course they use the regular soy sauce. But nevertheless, this meal maybe gave us around 5 gram of net carb at most. And we went back to General Luna, where there's a long strip of restaurants, bars, tattoo parlors, coffee shops around. So the tourism here is now back to almost normal. When you go to souvenir shops, you usually take off your shoes. And these are the local children here. And to cap the night, around 7 in the evening, we decided to just have tea. We ordered matcha latte because the waiter said it is just plain matcha powder with milk. However, when we tasted it, it's so sweet again, only for us to realize that it's already pre-mixed with sugar. So we cannot take it anymore. We just ordered plain black tea instead to pair with our low carb crinkles, which is a total of no more than 5 grams after tasting the sweet matcha latte. Before we end, I would like to share with you this funny tattoo parlor where basic tattoo is 4,000. However, if you are on a budget, you can get it for only 500, but it's a surprise tattoo. So if you are feeling adventurous, you can get that. While for me, I'd rather stick to the safer side, which is this plain black cup of tea to cap the night away. For this trip, a total of about 31 gram net carbs was consumed. We woke up before 5 in the morning to catch our 7 o'clock flight the next day. It is still a long drive. We have to return the car we borrowed and then head to the airport. So, all in all, that was our quick low carb Siargao trip. We were still on dry fasting around this time. We closed our window before 8 o'clock in the evening the night prior, and we continued to fast for at least 14 to 16 hours right after. So Siargao is a place where I can imagine just coming back every so often. So salamat karajao sa idyutanan for watching this video. See you again next time on our next trips. Stay low carbs, stay safe. Bye!